When I was growing up, church was a safe place. Didn't really understand the depths, but I'd say grace. Put my hands in the air, sing the song same way. Made me feel good about myself in a strange way. See, I never really doubted God ever. Tough times came, but I knew they'd get better. I used to blame him for the violence and the wars, but then I realized that we do that to ourselves, it's a flaw. Still had my cake and ate it too. Guess I was away with you. I'd go against the Bible, and when I needed something, praise him too. When I was struggling, I'd look for help in heavenly places, then forget God in devilish phases. Got baptized, and when I came out of the water, I felt like a new man. I recognized the trauma that I'd been through. From the day I was born to the days I was brought up, the stories working together. I just gotta trust the author, and I learned to try to be a man of virtue, committed to the church, cause I knew they'd never hurt you. So imagine my surprise when my pastor went to jail for abusing some of the guys. I was devastated, cause to the church I was dedicated. It was meant to bring some light into this world of hatred, but was shady, you need to go back to basics. Some friends, they couldn't face it and left the faith cause they lost patience, started struggling. And I couldn't put my mind to rest, reading up on stories about some of the congregation being homeless and depressed, while the pastors buying private jets, paid for by the very people trying to fight their way through debt. How's that gonna earn respect? Friends are sending tweets and texts. These ain't the words that Jesus said, and ain't the reason Jesus bled. I'm trying to find some peace in bed. It's kinda like Ephesians says, I pray for wisdom and knowledge for all the other leaders left.
And we let these things go on in the church, and then we say how evil those people are out in the world. You guys, that's completely opposite of what God desires. God says, you know what? The people who don't know me, they're going to do what they're going to do, and you need to love them. You need to go after them. Isn't that what Jesus did? He was out with the alcoholics, with the prostitutes, with the murderers, with the thieves. That's who Jesus hung with out in the world. But saying in the church, it's supposed to look differently. God says, I want the church to be pure.
Lately I've been looking at my own life. All my weaknesses and my struggles, they seem to hold tight. I call myself a Christian, go figure. I guess looking at the church is kinda like looking in the mirror. Cause it ain't just the building, it's the people. We're the ones that make the same mistakes again, it ain't the steeple. I'm just wondering if I play my part in the evil. I know we all got different sins, we're fighting demons till the sequel. I'm a hypocrite, made some mistakes, I gotta live with it. Praying for forgiveness every day, there's something different. It's playing on my mind, cause there were times I used to find all the faults of someone else while I was struggling with them myself. I wanna change my ways, looking at this world, I think there's space for faith. Helps me on my way with days, but it's time I raise the stakes. You know, trying to practice what I preach, be a man of my word, try harder to become a better person. In the meantime, even though I know it's not perfect, I'm faithful to the church cause I feel like I'm always learning. And you can hate it if you want to, but I realized the other day that there's hypocrites in the clubs too. And people still go back to party, so I go back to church cause I believe in what God has started. He brought me out of the darkness, gave me a home to put my heart in. Sticking by it regardless, I'm committed when times are hardest. Cause my church prayed for me when I lost my dad in an instant. The church gave me sight when I didn't have any vision. The church gave me songs when my mind was stuck in a prison. I would sing them so loud and feel freedom enter my system. I've seen my church feed the homeless and give them service. I've seen them take the kids off the streets and give them purpose. I've seen them give a home to the nation so they can worship. I've seen the church see past my flaws, I'm undeserving. There's many pros but there's many flaws. The good, the bad, the ugly, and I'm ready for it. And everybody disses it till they got a funeral, a wedding or a christening they need a venue for. There's cons but there's pros too. The good, the bad, the ugly, that's the whole truth. But church isn't a place that I just go to. It's the family I belong to.